So in the last session, you woke up in a convalescent home in the city of El Turel.
Threatening to kill people.
So,
Anyway.
you were hastily evicted from the convalescence ward after finding out that you'd been unconscious for 6 weeks. Rex, you were rather worried about how much the stay would cost, and Alarion, the elf, kept telling you that it wouldn't cost you a penny. But what you found out later on was that actually none of you had any gold. So clearly Alarion was not telling you the whole truth in terms of how expensive it was. So this was you walked out into El Turel, and the first encounter you had was with a little dwarf girl called Thora, who had lost a coin purse. You went into the village, or you went into the city market, I should say, to find the coin purse. You did some chatting to people, you went to the toy stall, and it turned out that Thora had been knocked over and her coin purse had been stolen. And it had been stolen by a mysterious elf type person who also stole the jeweler's coin purse and swapped it out with Thora's. And once you found the purse, Trissiria and Magna went back to Thora to give her the purse back, while Sir Cottontail, Gulliver and Rex all went to confront the elf. They followed him down a passageway, and then you had a bit of a standoff with the elves, and you discovered that there was sort of 5 or 6 of them in this big warehouse. They're clearly planning something, but you didn't find out what. Instead, you basically just kind of got the money back, and then told them pretty much that you would yes, you'd be watching them, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you left, and you ended up back in the city market all together. And Magna, you found a note in your box, in your arms box, which you should be able to see as a handout in your folder, hopefully. So first thing is Tal, if you could please roll a perception check for me. For
Certainly can.
Thank you.
Perception. Hang on. Bear with that one.
Okay. You kind of get the impression, or you get that funny feeling on the back of your neck like you're being watched. But there's a lot of people around. You are a Fey bunny. It's not really surprising that you would be being watched in the middle of a market. But you do have that funny shiver on the back of your head. Back of your neck.
Well, my hand instantly goes to my sword and kind of stays there as I kind of just casually look round, taking up a kind of defensive stance, ready for action.
Okay. Well, you can't see, like, there's so many people around, you're not sure who exactly would be watching you.
Right.
I was on the wrong screen there. Okay, so Magna has this note. You're all in the village, the city centre. Thora has her coin purse back. What's next on the agenda?
Looking for a place to sleep. The inn.
Okay.
Hey, I have this note. Let me read it.
What does it say?
That was actually a prayer.
Rune gallery. It's kind of hard to read. Curiosities. Apples. Bread.
Is that your shopping list?
Marbles.
Kind of seems more like a stroke.
Marbles.
Sounds like a shopping list.
2x red wine. 2x. 20 feet hempen rope. This writing's hard to read. Stranger,
Danger.
pray to your deity for me. Torm will forsake me. I have turned my back on his teachings, but they are making me do it. Their need is not greater. Ah,
Is this your writing? Is this something
No.
you wrote? Okay,
No.
just making sure.
where did I get this?
Was it put in your donation hat?
It is maybe a request for help. No.
Possible.
I don't know. Here, rabbit. Magnet hands it
Do
to
not. Cannot read this language.
Here.
Let's see.
So what you see when you look at it is there's clearly two types of handwriting on it. There's
Yeah.
one very ornate handwriting, someone who's clearly sort of written with a quill on this piece of headed paper, and then there's more scrawly writing, like somebody's written something ever so quickly.
Does it smell like dung? Like they used a dried piece of dung to write with?
No.
Okay.
Do you remember who passed by when you were doing your thing over there?
What thing?
You had the bag on the ground for money. I think you were praying.
Asking for alms for the poor. You wanted some extra arms.
Yeah. Somebody must have put it in my box.
Did anybody meet your gaze when doing so? Not just a passing glance, like a more of a pronounced one, like they were trying to get your attention.
I don't know. GM.
Perception check.
Well, do you normally close your eyes when you're praying?
Oh, I don't know, but he probably wouldn't pay attention anyway. And
No,
we
no.
know how good his perception checks will be.
No, so you weren't paying attention.
He moves as fast as a sloth.
It is strange, no, that the marbles are on this list. It's a common thread, maybe.
Maybe. What happened with did you find the person responsible?
We retrieved the coinage, but my colleagues thought that to walk away was the best option.
Walk away from.
The scoundrels that stole from the girl.
Oh, there was more than one?
There was honestly probably like 12 to 15. It looks down at Cottontail.
But there was they were
Numerous.
They were not that armed, from what I could see. They would pose no threat for us.
Was there anything weird about them?
Well, I tend to find all the humans slightly strange.
They were elves, not humans. That's the proper voice for my character, though.
That is, I have great difficulty. They are all tall, and everyone's kneecaps look the same, no?
They like you, elf.
Ooh.
So you found the one that stole the purse.
Oui.
All right. And you confronted them or the group?
A little bit of both.
Was there anything remarkable about the one that stole?
He was a coward.
Yeah.
Okay, then that seems...
I mean, it looked like they were doing something shady there. Because I've seen shady things going on before.
There were a lot.
Because there's this one line on here that makes me wonder. It says, I have turned my back on these teachings, but they are making me do it. They are making me do it. Their need is not greater.
Haven't we heard that before?
The
Seems to be the random excuse of
take what you want. Yes.
brushing off theft.
No, take what you need. Because you need,
Whatever.
I mean, I agree that they were indeed shady. Perchance we go back and chastise them?
Let's find a place to crash first before we go shaking down the local gangs.
They had perfect good big house we could stay in. Lots of boxes to sleep on.
So you're saying that our need is greater to find a place to sleep then?
Box.
Yes.
Sitting in that bed for
They
6
have
weeks. I need a
do
bath. I'm going to find an inn. And she'll start looking around for one.
Okay.
All
right.
She'll hand Magna back the little note.
Okay.
Magna folds it up carefully, and when he sees that she goes to leave, he slowly, as fast as he can, follows along.
I will drop in just behind her, just watching everything that's going on and, looking out for trouble.
Time for old man to ride on back.
Just picks him up.
Yoink.
Okay.
All right, so looking around for an inn.
All right, so as you look around for an inn, the market is still bustling. It is... Helping Thora probably took you to around lunchtime-ish, so we're talking about, it's maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon now. The market is still going strong, and what you see is there's what looks like an upmarket wine bar a little way away from you. It looks like it's frequented by some quite noble-looking people going in and out, so that is probably one option.
Rex is already on the way there.
You've also got further down the road, you've also got an inn that the sign on the door says Healers, Heellers, and it seems like it's a very rowdy tavern. It's next to some barracks and the parade ground, so there's lots of military type people. The first time you've seen any military type people around.
Are there only he's in there?
There's you see them from quite far off, so there's a mixture of people. Seems to be mostly very rowdy types.
She'll go check
Oliver
the
can deal
wine
with
place
rowdy.
first.
Hold on, one at a time. Sorry. So what did you say, Triss?
She'll go check out the wine place first.
Okay, all right. And what did you say, Gulliver?
Gulliver can deal with rowdy. Bonk bonk.
Okay, all right. Bonk bonk. Fair enough. Okay, so the Crimson House is it is a wine bar and an inn. So it's also quite busy in there. Lots of noble people. There's large plate glass windows with seats in the window, and there's also some seats under umbrellas out the front. You can see that the floors going upwards. Obviously, the bedrooms are on the sort of second, third floor going upwards, and it looks like a very upmarket kind of place. It's very very well heeled, you could say, I suppose. And the people in there are all dressed up to the nines. They're all very, very lavishly dressed, for the most part.
I do not doubt, madam, that this is a better establishment for yourself, but
definitely more my. Yes, she will find the innkeeper.
Can we afford it?
In your pocket?
We'll find out when we talk to the whoever's running this place.
Okay. All right. So you step inside the Crimson House, and you can hear that there is a bard over in the corner playing a piano, and he's playing the kind of piano music that you would get in a very very posh kind of hotel in the city. So it's that kind of piano music that's just kind of tinkling along in the background.
Elevator music.
In Vegas.
Yeah, like elevator music, basically. I suppose you could call it that. If you knew what an elevator was in L2L. Yes, and so there's a chap at the bar. He's a human, and he's polishing wine glasses, and he is chatting away to a couple of well-to-do gentlemen at the bar.
So she'll wander up. Are you the one that one would inquire with for a room?
And he looks at you and he sees your long silver hair and he says, I've had enough of you making a fuss. You're not welcome in my bar.
If you're assuming that I associate with whom I think you are, you're wrong. I've just arrived in this city.
Mm-hmm. And he looks at you and he's you have the same features and the same...
So I've heard.
Yes.
Trust me, we are nothing alike.
Well, I've heard
I'm
bad
looking for a
things.
room and a bath. That's all I want.
Have the others come in with you?
Oh, right beside her.
Rex is probably 3 paces behind her, just not so far that they seem separate, but not so close that he's like in her personal space or something. He's listening in to find out what they're saying about it and maybe how much it costs.
Archibald you can see that he's maybe starting to lose his temper a little bit, the way that she's being spoken to.
Okay.
Oliver's outside so he doesn't break shit.
And Magna has no choice. He's stuck in the carriage.
Yeah, he's in the basket.
In the basket.
This is I find the way you address the lady most uncivil. You would do well to remember your manners, my friend.
And the chap throws the cloth over his shoulder that he was using to wipe the glasses with. And he leans over, all the way over the bar. And he looks at you, and he looks at Triss, and he looks back, and he says, ma'am, were you aware that you have vermin with you?
This is my...
Rex reaches down and like puts his hand on his head, like between the ears to prevent him from jumping up.
That's exactly what I was going to do.
Oi!
His sword is already halfway out of the scabbard.
And he's like trying to struggle to keep
keep
Archibald under control.
Vermin,
This is a very angry paladin.
I didn't realize that's how you address your customers.
This is outrage. I will not stand for this kind of insult. And I'm trying to wriggle out of...
Rex is trying to do what he can.
Desperately trying to wriggle out of Rex's way.
Okay, so I think we need a strength check from Rex.
Oh goodness.
Then.
Oh goodness. Here, let me one here. Let's do.
Boop. Wow.
Oh, well. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Okay.
It must be the prospect of booze or something that just don't ruin this for me.
You gotta know how to motivate him.
Yeah, okay, so let's have a roll from Cottontail as well.
Oh, sorry, strength.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
You're
I
trying
mean,
to. I mean, it's kind of grapple, but also not exactly because.
there is absolutely no point.
That one was a 20, one was a 1.
A 1 against a 21, right?
Oh, that would have
yeah,
been two,
okay.
actually.
Duties. Unhand me, sir. I demand satisfaction from this fool.
We will get you some
Archie, please.
satisfaction as soon as we find a room. Can we get a room so I can get my friends and I out of your way to, help your other customers?
And so he looks at you, and he can see immediately the type of background that perhaps you came from. So he says, well, yes, I think I can. Yes, I suppose you seem like a well-to-do sort of chap, so I'll.
Yeah,
you
you probably know my dad.
Oh, I suspect so. And you realise that he's probably one of those people who pretends to know absolutely everybody, who's anybody in the town.
Name dropper.
So he says, yes, you can vouch for these vermin and.
John.
Yeah, he keeps one hand on Archibald and then kind of just claps Triss on the shoulder. He's like, no, I'll take care of him. It's not a problem.
He gets a glare from Triss the moment he touches her.
Hang on. I can't.
Are you sure you're
You
not
can't
a
get
barbarian
over 4
over
feet?
a paladin?
I can't let this go. Okay. In that case, I'm really sorry. He will.
You gonna bite him?
Yep. That's exactly what he's gonna do. He is gonna. If you're holding him, he is gonna bite your hand.
Nice.
You let go so that he can jump up onto the bar.
Oh yeah, all day.
Okay,
That was much
there we
17.
go. Does that hit?
Oh yeah, he bites him.
And in one fluid movement, he is going to leap up onto the counter and have his rapier at the man's throat.
He's gonna bite him and jump.
Okay.
And
So
he will be like, choose your second, sir. I demand satisfaction.
and so the guy obviously is, you've got him by the throat over here, and the man is looking directly at you, Rex, and he goes, I thought you said you vouched for these people.
Oh.
He does, but you kind of insulted him.
I'm just getting to my. What can I do to shut him up?
No person of honor could withstand such insults to their good name.
How much
Call me
does
vermin.
How much does Archibald weigh?
Oh God. Not much. I mean, he's not even. He's under like 2 foot, 2.5 foot tall. So he's not going to weigh a lot. Put it that way.
Is he wearing plate armor though?
Specifically, does he weigh under 10 pounds?
God. No, I think I weigh more than 10 pounds. Yeah, because I am
like
wearing
15.
armor.
Okay.